You know, Vermont is a very new idea. But the Abenaki people have been here since the beginning of time because our creation stories tell us that. I hate the word myth. The word myth denotes something that's not real, something that's made up.
Of course, Lake Champlain has an Abenaki name, Patambauk, the lake between, and the renaming of a lake to honor a French explorer, I think, was considered to be a little strange.
Bienvenue, bienvenue. C'est, vous attendez.
You know, the idea that there's still places in the United States of America where people get together, you know, in a town hall and not just decide what the school budget is, but decide whether or not the country's heading in the right direction.
There's no state in the Union on a per capita basis that's contributed more to the life and manners and culture and economy and even industrialization, and that's the irony, than Vermont has.
I went driving with my daughters when they were very young into Connecticut, and in the middle of traffic, one of my daughters goes, "What's that?" And of course I figured some semi was about to flatten us, and I realized she was pointing at a billboard. She'd never seen one before.
This state was the first state in the country to abolish slavery, and people knew what they were doing.
The Vermont Constitution is a very progressive document. I think the founders, and they were of course all men at that time, had a sense of democracy, a strong sense of democracy with a small d.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Richard Waterhouse and Dan Bottom.
No, they come in from the city and you know, next thing they wanted to get away from the city, but then they wanted the city things here. I think that's more what that sign was about than gay marriage business.
Where's my dowry?
Yeah.
Where's mine?
I grew up and went to school with a kid in Newbury that lived on a hill farm that when you drove by it, you looked away. It would be zoned out of existence today. The pretty people wouldn't put up with that. And within 5 or 10 years, someone had bought it, fixed it up, and now it was pretty. And the people that did it were pretty. And they seemed to have pretty comfortable lives. And this young guy got very bitter about that. You can't take this as a criticism of the newcomers. Their coming to Vermont is hugely positive in terms of democracy. But don't get all bent out of shape because some of the locals took it the wrong way. It's the same story of white men taking over Native American lands. There's nothing different to it. They had more technology, more resources. I think by and large, those kids behaved pretty well.
You know, Vermont is an intentional community. It's preserved the sense that from end to end, people come here with the best dreams. And I think because it's a small population, the good always seems to outweigh the bad. It's not a Babylon. It's a place where you feel the possibilities, you feel people's desires for the good and the true and the beautiful.
To go into nature and to enhance that nature and that sky and that forest behind you and to come out of it and go in it and to create the proper flocks of geese and the proper herds of horses. To play in the landscape is a fantastic challenge, you know.
The only thing I know, Vermont is Vermont, the Green Mountains. It's French, right? New Hampshire is Duke of Hampshire, and New York is Duke of York. So these two dukedoms were fighting over this place, and this place became more independent and separated itself from the Duke of Hampshire and the Duke of York. And the French and Indians came down and it became Vermont. I just made that up.